Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. There was a comment that was left on one of my previous videos, which I'll leave here. Yeah. So in the comment, the guy was talking about how he's just sort of caught in this loop of, I guess, can't get a girlfriend, feels bad about himself, tries to go out and get a girlfriend, and he's just stuck in this loop, this cycle. So I guess, what can you do if things just aren't working out for you? And sort of to that off the bat, I'd say there's something by one of my flatmates who's sort of not in the army, but he's sort of associated with the army. He always tells me that it doesn't matter if you go forwards, backwards, left or right, you just can't stay still. You've got to do something. Doesn't matter what it is. So first of all, one area you might be going wrong in is putting too much focus on the people you're trying to attract as opposed to yourself. I know it might sound a little sort of basic, but you never know exactly what's going on in other people's heads. You know what's going on in your head, well, hopefully. I mean, there could be a lot of reasons why somebody doesn't sort of agree to go out on a date with you. Like maybe if there's enough, like if you ask 100 people and none of them say yes, then that's a big thing. But you just, I guess, trying to remember that people have lives. There might be something going on in your life that actually have somewhere to go to. Always give people the benefit of the doubt. That's important. But because you can never know what's going on inside other people's heads, I think the best way forward is to just focus on what you can control. To be stoic. You can't control what other people think and what they do, but you can control the first impressions. That's what you can control. Okay, so as much time as there is maybe trying to learn, or you spend trying to learn pickup, or all this one liner that's gonna, or this particular algorithm that's gonna get you somewhere every single time. Take all that sort of analysis, if you're sort of somebody who's more scientifically inclined, and focus it on yourself. Just take all this stuff and just or take all this energy that you're perhaps putting into other people and chasing other people and invest it in yourself. That's very important. So if you want quality women, then you become a quality man first. That's very important. You're a guy, and traditionally you have to sort of prove that you can sort of be the breadwinner, since maybe you're not, or maybe that's not traditional anymore, but there's still that, because even just in society, there's that sort of expectation that that's what men have to be. So if you're not getting anywhere, then just try a bit of self-improvement. Maybe just a makeover, just maybe some new clothes, maybe even just a haircut, man. I'm not saying it's going to solve all your problems, but it's better than just doing nothing. Okay, just try stuff. Try to just get a better mindset. Let's sort of. I know it can be a hard look. You don't have something, so if anything, you want it more, and you become needy. Just taking a step back and establish yourself as someone who doesn't need to be in a relationship, and making a life for yourself outside of a relationship. If anything, I feel that's how you actually get one. It does seem very counterintuitive, but you need to go the opposite direction for a while. Like when you need to go north to go south and all that stuff. So maybe you've done all this. Maybe you've tried it for years. Maybe you've gone to you've gone to a bar in like a nice suit. Your hair's gelled back. You're $1,000,000, and you still didn't get anywhere. Okay, so maybe you're just going to the wrong places. Yeah, that's the thing. Just don't go to the clubs. Don't go out in the town looking for people. Like, it's one thing to, I know, go for a walk, and well, then again, this is at any place where you can't hear the other person. Is just get out, man. Just find just do your own thing. I think if you want to be people like you who share your interest, and just do your own thing, find a hobby, find something you're passionate about. I think that'll come through in how you talk about yourself. You start to reorient your life around this thing. You have a purpose to get out in the morning. You go to work to to do canoeing. You know, you're when you're in the office, you're looking to make more money so you can buy a better canoe. Everything sort of falls into place once you have something that you're passionate about. When you start talking to people, and when you bring this up, and people see this fire, and you know, there's somebody inside. It's not just somebody who's, you know, it's just, you get a bit of become more passionate about life, I guess, and that's always an attractive thing. That nobody really wants to go out with somebody who's down all the time. You know, you don't need to be, just happy, optimistic all the time. But just, it's about being happy with reality. I think with the everyday things, and just sort of finding sort of inner peace. You know, when you do the things you love, you get in the flow state, and everything just sort of it falls into place. You know, this is what you're meant to do, and when you find that, then you're going to meet people who not even necessarily there's going to be women on what you do, but there might be men who know or who introduce you to their women friends, like that kind of stuff. And if not, then you're doing something you love anyway. So I feel that's a good way to go. Something else is to, it's more in the self-improvement vein, is to remove bad habits. You know, it's one thing to put on put on better clothes and do yourself up, but if you're still sort of, if you're if you still got lots of bad habits, that's going to sort of undermine you. You know, there's this guy on YouTube called Casey Zander who is always talking about how you don't have relationship problems, you have sort of you have people problems, and he can give you all this pickup stuff, but it's not going to work if the man underneath is broken. You know, so if you're, well, it's one thing if you enjoy video games, that's your passion, you're streaming, that's one thing. But if it's just you're just playing video games to kill time, essentially, you know, if you're going to these bad websites a couple times every day, if you're, you know, not taking care of yourself, if you don't have a set routine, if you're not going to bed at a certain time, you're not getting up at a certain time, if you're not, you know, if you aren't giving people the benefit of the doubt, that sort of thing, you need to sort of clean out your mind as well as your body. That's very important. And once you do that and you become a lot more self-disciplined, that can help shine through into other people. What else? Get out of whatever sort of echo chamber you're in. Like, if you're in a particular group and you're just talking about how things are bad, but you're not trying to actually fix them, then, or like, just always be trying to find new sources of information. Like, read more. Try to watch videos or find more mentors. Like, if the headspace you're in at the minute isn't working out for you, then you've got to try something new. You know, and it might take a while to find it, but sitting in just these echo chambers of people talking about how, you know, things are never going to work out, you're depressed, it's hopeless for men, just that kind of stuff, then it is going to be hopeless for men. You know, your mindset's it's, I mean, it's just like eating. You know, if you eat good food, then you're going to be healthy. If you eat bad food, you're going to be unhealthy. And same for ideas as well. You know, if you put in the idea of, you know, there's no hope for me, then you're going to actually believe it. Reality is going to have no hope for you, because how you see the world, how you perceive the world, is based on on your outlook. That's the sort of thing. You know, it's so it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be sunshine and rainbows, but just even having the different mindset of, you know, there is a way out. I haven't found it yet, but there is a way out. You know, just got to just go on an intellectual adventure, man. That's a good thing to do. And finally, if you've been all through all these things that you tried going, or you tried the MGTOW route, getting away, and it just wasn't for you, like, you do need, like, you can't be by yourself, you do need love in your life, then remember, it doesn't have to be sexual. You can have lovers in your family, your friends, even if it's just like, I'm not saying just be an e-simp, you know. Like, there doesn't have to be a certain reciprocity, but there's, I guess it is just with the sort of the acceptance of porn and this sort of stuff, where that's the only way you're able to properly express love. Like, there is other stuff you can do. Like, just find your own way to get what it is you need. You might not be able to get it the way you want it to, but just try to find the middle ground, if anything. Again, it's it is a very primal thing, especially for guys, to be able to express themselves in that way. But it's just about making the best out of the situation we're in. Society isn't perfect. We do indeed live in a society, good sir. But yeah, if you're not getting laid, then look at it this way: you can have a lot more energy to do other stuff, especially if you're doing no fap. You can be fucking brimming with energy, man. Like, funnel it into other stuff, funnel it into improving your relationships with your friends and family, that sort of thing. If you do end up going on a date, then just, yeah. I think this is what girls mean when they say that they want to be friends with guys first. I think it's more that there's a certain period of when they're able to trust you. Like, I think for guys, it's about we don't really like small talk when we want to get down to business. But with women, it's a sort of, they are the ones who to have a kid. They do feel a little bit more selective. Mindset of, maybe, even if it is an actual date, then you don't need to be trying to be overly sort of, just don't have sex as your end goal. Just enjoy making people happy in the moment. Again, not eSIMP. It needs to have some sort of reciprocation. If you're just a shoulder to cry on every single time, then there is a certain line you need to draw. But for the for the first time, or even the first couple of times, like, just be okay with just giving other people good vibes. I can't guarantee that you're going to get good vibes back, but this, I think, statistically, the longer that you just try to do good in the world, the more chance there is of good coming back to you in one way or another. So yeah, I think that's important. So I'm probably gonna end it there for today, but just try something, man. It's important just not to give in to apathy. Things weren't always this way. And maybe, well, things are gonna have to get worse before they get better. But as long as we keep trying, just keep trying. Sooner or later, we're gonna figure a way to make things work, even if it does mean going back to the dark ages for a couple hundred years. If that's what it takes to knock some sense into ourselves, then that's what it's going to take. But until then, just just gonna try the best we can. And if we don't figure it out, if we fall flat on our faces, then just gotta, just let the next generation learn. Try and get them to learn from our failures. But we can only fail once you've tried something. I think that's the important thing. So just try try again, try everything, try anything. If this is something that you need in your life, and it's just like, there's a certain extent, you only have one life. Do whatever you need to do. Don't waste time being bitter, or feel that things aren't the way that they should be. If they're not, then make them the way they should be. Maybe you are only one person, but you've got a lot of power over the people around you. And even just having a different mindset, you can be amazed by how you can change people around you, change their mindsets. Okay, so just, we'll leave it there for today. Just don't give up hope. Okay, things can get better. Don't give in to apathy. Okay, maybe your life is going to turn out the way it maybe your life isn't going to turn out the way you wanted it to, but there's a lot that life can do for you if you let it. I think that's what I want to get across. So until next time, just keep growing.